And now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Happy to have you along for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. And Stephen Curry's teammates are all smiles as he returns to the lineup after being out.
You know what, Kevin? It's quite cool for us to be here for his first game back. And I'll tell you something else. Any fears they had about his injury having ill effects on the team were swept aside pretty quickly when they began to play so well without him. They really didn't suffer in his absence very much at all.
No, but they sure are happy to have him back, because I'm not sure how long that run would have lasted with his talent missing from this lineup. Now all of a sudden you've got him returning. You've got a team that already has some confidence. It's a pretty nice recipe for this team to go on a nice roll right now.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And Golden State looking who they've got. Thompson and Barnes, the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Green and Bogut. And it's Curry in at the point.
Draymond Green last season slimmed down to about 230 pounds. Pretty remarkable how he's transformed his body since his freshman season at Michigan State.
Toronto on defense. 4-point game. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road. Maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact.
Outside Curry. The feed to Barnes. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Barnes has got his first 3 points of the game. Knocks it loose. Curry with the steal. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
We've got 1:18 left to play here in the first. Pass to DeRozan. From 10 feet out, Valanciunas, good. 1:07 left in the first. Curry attacking. Here's Bogut. Good. 58 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And here's Vasquez. Right now averaging 5 points a game. There's the triple. And Steph Curry gets the 3. Curry's got 5.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Let's see how long they can keep it going. This is quite a start.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. DeRozan against Thompson. And it's DeRozan missing.
That's one he knows he should have made.
It's tipped. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
A nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Hansbrough's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. Ross is checked in for Johnson. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Vasquez. Ross kicks to Hansbrough. DeRozan on the wing. Williams, that's for 2. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. Steph Curry's out there with Iguodala. Then it's Jones. Then there's Anderson. And it's Spates in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, you look at how the Warriors have improved. Really a change in philosophy from years past. The new ownership wanted size for position and rebounding, defense, toughness. They've really established a nice foundation.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Andre Iguodala is perhaps the premier wing defender in the league. Dre himself said, "I used to always joke with my coaches, I could play defense in my sleep. But it's not just natural ability," he said. "There's another me in the league. They have the same things. Long arms, quick feet, and they can defend. They just choose not to do it." Kevin?
It comes from within, Doris. Thank you. And the first big move towards that size and defense for the Warriors was the trade of Monte Ellis for Andrew Bogut with Milwaukee.
And like many trades, it was questioned initially, but Bogut has brought that toughness and interior defensive presence this team so desperately lacked, and the wins have really validated the Warriors' new direction.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Valanciunas is checked in for Hansbrough. And James Johnson is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Terrence Ross, I think, has a chance to be an elite 3-and-D player at the NBA level. That's three-point shooting and defense for the uninitiated. Tremendous athleticism and a beautiful stroke make him an entertaining player to watch.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Patterson comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Vasquez in for Williams.
Now they've gotten something out of just about every possession, and their defense has been just as good. Masterful performance across the board.
And don't forget, on the road, too.
And Terrence Ross can make some highlights, Steve, around the rim.
Yeah, so athletic. You'd like to see him get to the line a bit more. I think he has a tendency to settle, but as he is, a pretty efficient scorer.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
It's Thompson off the drive, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
The pull-up. Again, Golden State.
They are trying to pull away here, continuing to add to this lead.
Well, Steve, no time is a good time to let up in my mind. I mean, you got to continue to just play the game no matter what the score is. No mercy being shown out there, and they're looking to pull away. I like that.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Thompson passes to Bogut. Again, Golden State.
Wow, they are just red hot, guys, not missing a thing.
Sometimes you see a player get on a tear like this, Steve, but never an entire team.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Curry. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. And that one's good. Barnes has got 7.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
Vasquez dishes to Patterson. 1 second left. And through.
Yes, I'm here with...
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Well, his ability to disrupt passes and, get a hand on the ball, force a turnover, make a steal, it's been really impressive.
When he defends you, he basically forces you to play perfect. Any lapse of concentration, and he'll pick your pocket.
Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. Vasquez and DeRozan are in the backcourt, and it's Johnson in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
Grievous Vasquez, a 6'6" point guard out of Venezuela by way of the University of Maryland, is really a good passer and playmaker. Plays with a swagger and moxie that you love to see. A couple seasons back, this guy averaged 9 assists a game.
And here's Vasquez after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. A wide open look here for DeRozan. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Curry wide open. Another 3 for Golden State.
Oh, boy, I love watching this guy play. He just lives and breathes the game. Loves to be out on the floor with his guys.
Vasquez kicks to DeRozan. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Vasquez. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
It was an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it was on the road. No question, by the way, that it was their offense that carried them.
Steve, I love the way they attacked at every opportunity. They never were on their heels, and eventually that allowed them to pull away.
Johnson, he's checked in for Toronto.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Got that one up quick. Iguodala's got his first bucket in this one.
I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
Moves back up, and Johnson lays it in.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Outside Curry. Feeds to Green. From deep three-point range, Curry can't get it to go. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Johnson the screen. Johnson with a screen on Thompson. Vasquez passes to Johnson. Shot, high post. Can't get it to go. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Here's Curry with the 3, and the shot is good. Curry's got 9 points here in the second half.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Hansbrough's checked in for Patterson. Ross comes in for James Johnson. And it's Williams in for DeMar DeRozan. And Golden State also making a change. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Williams dishes to Johnson. Here's Ross. Banked in off the glass. Now Curry. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
I'm glad they're going to the replay on that one. I mean, make sure it's the right call, even if it's a play that might not end up being a big factor.
I agree, Clark. I mean, it was a very limited system when it was introduced, but the league continued to tweak it.
Wednesday.
While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie and the truck, for showing it. But it's passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Anderson is out there with Perry Jones. Then there's Roberson. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Livingston in at the 1 spot.
Hey, guys, the league has taken some steps to pick up the pace of the game. Over the last decade, we've seen a lot of rule changes with hand checks and zone defenses and tightening up flagrant foul rules and physical play in general.
Calderon with it. Ross on the wing. Over in the corner, Williams. Clock at 6. Baseline jumper, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And back to that move by the league to speed up the game. It doesn't seem like the league is done.
Yeah, you know, and I think more can be done, Kevin. Cutting down on timeouts. You see in soccer, they just run a little sponsor banner in the corner of the screen while the ball is in play. Continuous play. Continuous play. Reduce the number of free throws, I think, is another step, but that would be more a result of not fouling than teams not getting to the line. Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Here's Roberson. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Outside Williams. Stolen away.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
This win will give them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
Yeah, Steve, it'll mean a lot to them just the same, though. Anytime you go undefeated against an opponent, that's a sweet feeling.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Curry. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on defense that put them in the driver's seat.
And the Raptors miss again.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But, Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Here's Livingston. Another 3 for Golden State.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And Hayes kicks to Ross. Outside Williams. 6 to shoot. Will it go? Passes it to Calderon. Second shot opportunity. Ross, that's good. Here is Livingston. And that falls.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw
Brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Clippers in Los Angeles. For Los Angeles, there's been a lot of discussion about them in the offseason, and even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, watching the teams take the court for the first time. Rajon Rondo, he had the ACL and he came back, and let's see what he looks like this time around, Shaq, and see if he's back to being the old Rajon Rondo.
Well, he's at his best when he gets in the lane and creates for his teammates, especially Hall of Fame teammates. Without as many weapons around him last season, that kind of hurt his game a little bit.
The funny thing about his career is when they won a championship the first time, it was like they won it in spite of the fact that he was the point guard, and then it was, hey, they're getting back to the finals because he is the point guard.
Well, this season, working to get back to that elite level is going to be extra hard for Rondo, and he has said that himself.
That'll do it for us from here for now. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chase. Look upon your greatness and she'll send the call out, send the call out, send the call out.
We are live at the Staples Center for a Western Conference contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in LA. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And the good news about James Harden, he is back healthy and ready to play.
Yeah, and the fans have been waiting for this moment for a while. I'll bet they're going to let him know how happy they are to have him back on the court. He's worked extremely hard to return to the lineup as quickly as possible. I know he's been waiting for this day, too.
Yeah, Clark, the work they were able to do while he was out impressed me. And
My whole team.
For not panicking and continuing to play good basketball without him.
So the opening... lineup for the Suns. We've got Lamb. Bledsoe is out there with Brandon Knight. And it's Arnold with the three. They recover it. A shot's good from the general. And so here's Phoenix. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
This game kicks off what should be an interesting season series between these clubs. And, of course, they'll see each other 4 times this year.
Now here's Bledsoe. Back to Knight. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. And it's Houston's ball, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And one way to nullify a home court advantage, like they did that night, Kevin, light it up from the three-point line. Nothing is more demoralizing to a home crowd.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, that was the great equalizer. Their perimeter play definitely took them over the top.
And so here is Houston. After the Suns pick up 2. The shot's good from the general.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Bledsoe outside. It's stolen, and it's the Rockets on the break. Throws it up high. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that.
And he gets it to go. For the Phoenix Suns, they come into this one following a loss to Chicago.
Well, with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Well, especially, Steve, when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. I mean, that's a bad combination. Turning it over and then not defending.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Passes it to Arnold. Back to Bledsoe.
Good boy.
Arnold. Ariza covering. Shot clock at 6. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And here now on the 2K leaderboard, the best distributors in the league. The point guards with the most assists per game this season. Take a look at the general, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
You know, for the purists out there, he has really been fun to watch with the ball in his hands. He can make any pass on the court, and he creates so many easy baskets for his teammates.
Yeah, you know, I'd love to know, Steve, how many of their baskets have come as a direct result of one of his passes. I know it's a bunch. Their offense isn't near what it is without him at the wheel.
Ariza has the open look. Buries it from three-point range. Ariza's got his first 3 points of the game. Suns trail by 3. Back to Bledsoe. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And airballs the triple. That one was way off.
Shoot the ball.
Here's Harden with the second effort and the layup by Ariza. Ariza's got 5 points so far.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Again, Phoenix. Rockets leading by 3. Here's the general. He's got 8. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Knight kicks to left. Bledsoe outside. Out left to the wing. Knight on the wing. Poke loose. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And again, it's Trevor Ariza. Ariza's got 7. Warren's checked in for Phoenix.
And let's take a look now. Brandon Knight showing up in the league rankings. 10th in assists. And how about his accuracy from the foul line, guys? He is in the top 10 in free throw percentage.
And, you know, looking again, Steve, at his place among the top 10 assist men, he's been providing a lot of room service dimes to his teammates. And I hope they appreciate it.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Bledsoe outside. Knight dishes to Bledsoe. Here's Warren. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Houston.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Capela checked in for Dwight Howard. Suns trail by 5. Now we'll go to DB, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
He knows that the challenge for his team in this game will be to slow down Blake Griffin, whom he described as instant momentum. With Griffin being such a handful physically, they plan to limit his ability to get any space around the basket and hopefully cut down those powerful drives toward the rim.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's the general. Following the basket by T.J. Warren. It's stolen by Morris. All going up court. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Knight passes to Bledsoe. And he banks in the layup. Bledsoe's got 6.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Here's the general. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. 12 points for him. Clark, the coach, was really passionate in that last huddle, trying to do everything he can to get his message across.
You know, and I'm not sure what he wanted exactly, but he did it with enough fire that I'm guessing he's not going to be happy with any lapse in execution. I mean, he made his point pretty clear.
No good on the triple. Here's the Suns with the ball. A big stretch here going 10-2. Here's Knight. Good D by Ariza. Rockets trail. Pass to the general. Here's the 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And that's 15 points for the general.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
For the Rockets, Collins is checked in, and Corey Brewer's subbed in for Trevor Ariza. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, the Suns, 9.5 games behind.
I think for the Suns, they've hit the ground running to start this young season, and I mean that literally. Raising some eyebrows with their hot start so far.
Yeah, the start of the season, you know, it's a time when optimism is league-wide, but the early play of this club certainly provides for some real proof that this could be a good team. They've looked awfully good. And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Brandon Wright's checked in for Marcus Morris. Now, here's Warren. And that one's good. That's 12 points for Eric Bledsoe.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Goes up on the wing. Out to the right wing. Here's the general. Nice shot from the wing. The general. Got 20.
That's been a great day for him, and if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter. Really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. I mean, that's the way they've come out, and it's served them well.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets, the general, he's in at point guard. Howard is out there with Ryan Hollins. Then there's Brewer, and it's Johnson in at 2-guard. McGay trying to free himself up. No good from Bledsoe. Houston leading by 10. The general passes to Howard. Houston moving it around. Doubled by Knight. And Brewer kicks to Howard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
They are owning the lane right now. Every one of their last 10 points has come either at or near the rim.
Great looks in tight because they're finding lanes to the hoop whenever they want it.
Here's the general. 23 points in the game. In low to Howard. And stolen by Knight. He dishes it to Warren. The Rockets pull it in. The Generals got 3 rebounds now in this one. And another 3 for Houston.
Starting to really play well here and trying to pull away.
Yeah, and they're doing it effectively, Steve. I mean, they're on all cylinders right now, clicking beautiful.
Now, here is Knight. He had 25 points last game. Right wing. Here's Bledsoe. It's rebounded by the General. The Generals got 4 rebounds in this game. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
Complete domination. What a game for the General. He's got 26 points, and those 4 3-pointers he's hit have helped him too.
Well, they'd be in a much different position in this game if he wasn't burying those long balls.
Both free throws good from the General.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. The most important points they can get, he said, are points in transition. He told them to push it, create opportunities on the fast break. He also asked for a very strong effort on the offensive glass. He wants to see them cashing in on a lot of second chance opportunities. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Now, here is Harden. Brandon Knight missing his last shot. No good from the General. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Now, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
And the call will be against Alex Lamb.
That's the way to shoot up.
Changing it up here. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Rockets on top.
This is Nick Charge. My controller. Blow me.
Hey guys, great execution in the first half, but we still have a few things to talk about before we go back out there.
We welcome you back. We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. And you know, the General has been really making it happen, guys.
Boy, he put on a show from the three-point line in the first half, didn't he? We'll see if the halftime break had any cooling effect on him.
Yeah, we'll soon find out because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Bledsoe is out there with Brandon Knight. Then it's Alex Len, and it's Arnold in at the 3 spot. That 3 off the mark. Rockets leading by 21. On the pass to the general. Shoots the three. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. 31 points for the general.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Now, here is Knight. Pass to Bledsoe. Len with it. Griffin's there. Len kicks to Knight. And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Bledsoe's got 16.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big
Shoot the ball.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
You know, I'd like to see more of that from him. He's been passing up his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones he takes. He's got to be more aggressive.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 16. Knight dishes to Len. To the wing right side. For three. Bledsoe. It's rebounded by Houston.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Houston moving it around. The general. A three-pointer off the mark. For Phoenix, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. And he gets it to go. 6 points for him.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Ariza has the open look. Drains it from beyond the arc.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
And it's Houston on the break. And the jam by Harden.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Now here's Bledsoe, averaging 20 points per game. Feeds it to Knight. Pass to Arnold. Fires the three. That's good.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed him.
And the Rockets with possession here. From deep three-point range, Len grabs the board. Len's got 7 rebounds in the game.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
To the wing on the left. Here's Cohen, and it's thrown down hard with both hands. No challenge from the defense there, Clark. Could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner. Going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot. And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
He's rigid from 3. I don't know what's worse, that he can't hit anything from out there or that he keeps on trying to.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And while we can, let's have a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who have been the most efficient scorers in the NBA this month. Dwight Howard on top. Blake Griffin is second.
Well, they've both had a fantastic run of late. They found a nice rhythm and flow, and the coaching staff has noticed, and the coaches have been calling plays for these guys to take advantage of their hot shooting. Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all.